Information that can be organized by tabs can also be organized in tables. In order to insert a table into your document, you'll need to start with a text box. So I'm going to select the Type tool, and I'm going to draw a box here. Then I'm going to go up to the Table menu, which has all commands for dealing with and creating tables, and I'm going to tell it to insert a table. There, I'll get a dialog box asking me how many body rows and how many body columns I would like to have appear. It will also ask me about header and footer rows. What header and footer rows do is they'll repeat at the top of the page or at the top of the column if you have a table that spans multiple columns or pages. At the moment, I'm just going to leave the header and footer rows blank, and I'll start with, let's say, 6 rows and 4 columns. I'm going to go ahead and say OK. You can see, I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. There's my basic table. Under Window, Type and Tables, Table, there's also a panel for managing tables. So from here, I can adjust the cell size, the number of rows, the number of columns, and it also allows me to choose how I want my text to be placed within those columns. So I can have it right side up, sideways, upside down, or sideways the other direction. I can also have it align to the top of the cell, the middle of the cell, or the bottom of the cell, or have it justified through the space of the cell. I can also have what's called a cell inset. That means that my text won't bump up right against the edge of the cell, and that allows me to create a little bit of breathing room around the text that's contained within the cell itself. So I can adjust the number of rows and columns from here. I can also adjust that from the table menu by inserting additional rows or columns. The other thing is, you'll notice that as I hover over this with the Type tool, I get this little double-ended arrow. What this allows me to do is to adjust the size of individual cells within my table. Now, if I want to adjust everything simultaneously, if I hold the Shift key down while I adjust them, you'll notice that all of the tables increase or decrease together at the same size. Once I have my table set, I can just go ahead and type inside them. So here are my commands. Let's see. Copy is Control-C, or on the Mac, Command-C, and so on and so forth. When I reach that last row, if I find I have more items, once I finish typing, I can hit the Tab key, and it will automatically add a new row for me. This makes it easy to add multiple lines of data in one sitting. So that's how you construct a basic table. The other thing that you can do, I'm going to zoom out here so we can see our whole page. I'm going to go up to View, Fit Page in Window. The other thing I can do is, if I have text that's already properly tabbed, I can go up to the Table menu and ask it to convert my text to a table. If I select that, it will ask me what I want as my column separator. I can select from a few different options, commas or paragraph markers. I'm going to select tab because I know my table is already tabbed. And then for row separator, it gives me the same choices. In this case, I'm going to choose the paragraph marker because I've hit a carriage return at the end of each row. I'm going to go ahead and say OK. And you can see that this is all neatly aligned in a table. The one thing it did is it got rid of my extra tab there. So I may have to adjust slightly if I have that open corner. I'll just quickly copy and paste and copy, whoops, and paste, whoops. Copy and paste. And now just get rid of that spot at the top.